children are the leaders of tomorrow. Hello and welcome to another episode of Street Voice, where we look at trends, developments and views on topical issues. I am Ajetomowo Akitomowo. Join me on the street as we voice your view on today's topic.
I think it's a parental thing. It has to come from home. We should educate our children, we should educate our family. So where we lost the family values sometimes too, we tend to have child molestation, because there are so many pedophiles out there. You shouldn't say, okay, because the child is too small. There is this sex education. It all depends on the delivery. How do you deliver that to that child that matters? So we should not trust anybody, because the world is somehow now.
Some of the cases we call child trafficking presently, some, not all, are cases of people who have been wanting to adopt a child. They have tried it for a long time, and because of certain rules, government rules, and regulations, they have not been able to get it the way it is supposed to be done. In every nation, if you want to adopt a child, there are certain rules, but it's like the rules we have in our country are so strict that some people who actually sincerely want to adopt a child, they now begin to look for the other side, other arrangements, like looking for young girls who are kept in homes and they are now acting like chicken. They breed children and then they go there and take. You are getting what I'm saying? Now, some of them, because they cannot have arrangement with homes, because normally if you want to adopt a child, you should go to a home where motherless children are kept. But some of these people, maybe because of their financial wherewithal, they cannot pay as much as is supposed to be paid in those homes. Before they get there are a lot of people who are bourgeois in the country. They have so much money. They beat them to it, they take the children. So in order for them to get their desire, they now look for shortcuts which are not actually legal. So if I'm looking at it from that perspective, I am thinking that there should be a relaxation of rules, government rules, that will enable people who sincerely want to adopt children to be able to get it the way it's supposed to be gotten.
It's because the parents cannot take care of their children. That's why we are having an increase in child molestation and trafficking. Because, they are looking for ways to make ends meet. And so if the government can help the parents, to have something to do, like Bola Tinubu said in his, speech, he said, let the poor breathe. And indeed, he should allow the poor to breathe by, bringing out policies and making things, work so that the parents can be able to take care of themselves and the children that they have. And with that, I'm sure that, cases of child molestation and trafficking will be reduced.
From my own findings, I discovered that 80% of those kids are not actually the kids of those people who sent them to sell. Like, they went to the village, picked those kids, promised their parents to send those kids to school, and then they now put those kids on the streets to be selling. Something you cannot do to your own child and then you're doing to another person's child. That is quite molestable enough.
There is a resistance, Child Rights Act. So government has illustrated an act. So it's for people to to embrace the act, and it's boiled down to knowledge. So most times people are not knowledgeable about government acts. So I would advise that when anything happens that has to do with law, we should reach out to lawyers for advice.
Government must first of all try to teach sex education in our primary and secondary school. Don't look at it being raw. It's not about raw. It's about the child knowing what he or she wants from the kindergarten to when he grows. Now, the government needs to put that down as a modality. Part of the curriculum in schools, primary, secondary, should take sex education. And each teacher in the class must monitor his or her own word. You must find a way to make sure that you educate them personally, one-on-one, one-on-one ground, telling them, like my daughter will always say, my teacher said, if you touch here, call, report to your mommy. If you touch here, report to your daddy. It's a sign they grew up with. And those things must be taught right from the school. They must know the sex education right from the school. The government is not doing it. You are laying emphasis on irrelevant things in education. While our youths are going out, our girls are being rotten. I felt that is the most important thing, sex education from the primary to the secondary school.
I guess it's maybe from depression, because I really don't know what will force a mother to do that. But you know, she's human. She may just think that, look, if I can't take care of her, then let me let go of her. At least myself, maybe I'll look for a way to take care of myself, you know. But taking care of myself, I can't take care of myself, and then I have a child I have to take care of. And so maybe that may be the reason for doing that.
The first question I'll ask, I've not seen the report. Is that woman human? Does she have the pains of a motherhood? Is that child really a child? Because if she goes through the process of delivery, she will not do that. I will not say she does not deserve to live. I am not God. I do not decide human fate. But I believe if she's human, she will not do that. She should face the music. Let justice take its place.
That lady actually got it wrong. I saw the video. She was saying that was how her mother handled that. That was wrong. Now, two wrongs don't make a right. She should have been, in this present time, she should have reasoned better that this child can grow up to become somebody in the future. The idea of throwing that child into the river was actually barbaric. But I am asking that lady should also check whether she has some mental derangements. It could be mental issues, you know. It could be because of so much hardship we are suffering now. But I don't think hardship is even any reason why a sane person, your own child, and then you go and drop the child inside the river. Is that not murder?
Like I said, a number of people are drawn into depression. Depression can lead to so many things. Aside from the mother who it was the baby she was even throwing. I heard that there was a case like that, the woman who even want to throw herself into the lagoon too. So depression is there. We can't shy away from it. That is my own observation. There's depression everywhere, coupled with the numbers of marital problems, economic problems. You understand now? People who have been able to have 3 square meals a day before now couldn't even afford one. And it's not everybody can go out there and start begging. Even if you are begging, they won't even take you serious. They will think probably you are lying.
If the government wants to do what is right, we have the Ministry of Women Affairs. And all those ministries, there are departments, I believe, that should be able to cater for this. Now, how do they cater for it? Is by sending those from maybe probably Ministry of Education, sending them to be going to schools on a regular exercise whereby they check what the teachers are doing, how they train the children, and apart from that, also follow up with kids from their parents, how their parents do train them to know about how to cope the molestation, because some kids will come to school sometime, they already have marks in their body and all that. Some teachers also take out their own personal angers on children, and that, to me, that is molestation. And then in the case of the Lagos scenario where you see like 80% of young children who are supposed to be in school, they are on the traffic selling things, which is not proper.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of Street Voice. I am Akintomowo. Till I come your way again, don't forget to like, share, subscribe on Clear TV. Bye for now.